Hello, I'm Scott Hale. I spend half my time as an academic at the University of Oxford, and the other half working with practitioners as Director of Research at Medan, a nonprofit building technology to support fact checking. On the academic side, I do a lot of work with natural language processing and machine learning, but I see often that the problems being addressed are not the same as the ones being focused on by fact checkers, and often the data being used is rather restricted. With the fact checking partners that we work with at Medan, they have lots of real world data, but little time to try to delve into creating new methods or the bigger picture, given their focus on the day to day fact checking activities. But there's a huge opportunity for impact. In particular, we've been working on tiplines within Medan. These are accounts on end to end encrypted platforms where people can forward suspicious messages and then the fact checking organization can prioritize amongst those messages, select a subset for fact checking, and return them, return fact checks to the platform. To do this effectively really requires that we combine humans and machines together efficiently. So we need our fact-checking partners to be able to focus on the high-value work that they do in fact-checking claims. And we need the machine to take care of the rote tasks like communicating with the user, or in particular, matching content and identifying things that might already have a fact check, or grouping similar messages so that we can say use that as a signal of what's really important. Now, matching messages is something that maybe is trivial to do if we just looked at the simple case of matching words. But if we want to do this at scale, so we have tens of thousands of items to search in near real time, and we want to do it across languages, it becomes much more complex. So I'm giving you here on the screen two examples, both false. One saying, drink tea often to prevent COVID. Another, you can cure coronavirus by gargling with hot water daily. Now, you and me as humans can say that these are somewhat related, even though to the machine, they have no words at all in common with one another. And so what we've been working on over the past few months is trying to improve these methods, particularly for Indian languages. And we can identify words that actually have a similar semantic or meaning to each other. And then we can ultimately teach the machine that these two are similar claims being made. I don't have time to go into the details, but I do want to thank the Omidyar Network and others for their support and encourage you to check out the URL on the screen where a lot more information will be released shortly, and all of this is open source. I want to take the last bit of time I have to talk about the bigger picture. So I've been fortunate with my split role to be able to both work on the academic side, but also collaborate with fact-checking organizations and use real-world data. However, there are many more academics who would like to collaborate on such problems, but don't actually know what the real challenges are that fact-checkers are facing and don't have access to the data. At the same point, it's not easy to open up these data sets. There are real risks. The data is highly valuable, may have private information, and there's a risk that malicious actors could use that data for bad purposes. So what we've been thinking on really just started, but in about last month or so, is how we can enable fact checkers and academics to work together while sharing data privately in a secure way so that academics actually never have access to the full data set. So this is sometimes known as a clean room approach. And the idea being that academics could actually submit code to be able to train a model. That code would run over the full data set, but to do so in a remote sandbox environment that so the academic never has access to the individual pieces of data. Then they can get back out aggregated statistics and labels from the model and work to improve it in that way. And then hopefully those models can be shared back with fact checkers to help improve their day-to-day work. I have a lot more to say on this, but in the interest of time, I'll have to leave it there. I'm really looking forward to meeting everyone throughout the summit and talking further. Thank you.